Yeah.
Pretty much unless you guys go ahead.
So I'm thinking I can do most of my finance out of my house. If I'm good.
One I'm looking for my son.
If you see water as a precious resource and you reuse it and reuse it and reuse it and reuse it, we might have a dairy farm. Most dairy farmers recycle water up to 4 times. Sugar in the milk, dairy in the milks.
Ludicrous. All right, sorry, this is ludicrous.
Yeah.
You don't tell ludicrous what's ludicrous. Ludicrous tells you what's ludicrous. You don't need me for this. Hang on. Like a good name for State Farm is there. Good thing you State Farm. Follow them on the app. Guess I can go. Don't you mean roll out? No, I don't. Like your neighbor. State Farm is there.
If you see water as a precious resource,
Okay, can everybody hear me now? Everybody can hear me. Everybody can hear me. Because I was talking to myself over here. I had a whole good conversation with y'all. I was telling y'all about all this money I was going to give y'all, and y'all missed it. Y'all missed it. Hold up. Okay, all right. So this is the 5-day grant challenge. This is about us getting this money. You know what I'm saying? We cannot go into next year and not tap in to all the money that's out there. And the reason for the challenge is because there's so many things that's out there on social media that be like, give me your LLC EIN, let me get some grants. I got people walking into my office saying, hey, Shay, I just paid $500 to XYZ. They didn't give me nothing. I paid it like 5 times. I said, well, what kind of information did they ask you for? They didn't ask me for anything. So this is the thing. My name is Shay Morton, Jersey Shay, Business 911. I am the founder of Business 911 Small Business Resource Center. And I've assisted about 3,000 business owners. We've touched 40,000. We touched, because some of them just went to our site, got information, went about their business. But we've touched 40,000 to date. My whole premise is to make sure that you got information. That's it. My whole thing is to make sure that you got information that you can use, that's going to help you get to your next. Okay. That's my whole focus, is to make sure that you got this information. So the point of this challenge, 5 days, each of these 5 days, you're going to have an activity that you're going to do that's going to get you closer to getting grant ready. Because in the process of grants, there's a list of things that funders ask for. We're talking, now you have 2 different kinds of grants. You got the private sector grants and you have government grants. Your private sector grants can create any type of topics or any kind of requirements that they want. I mean, they say, stand on your head, bark like a dog, bring me some Hot Pockets. Whatever they want to say to you that's on that application is their requirements. So you don't have to have SAM registrations. You may not have to have an LLC or nonprofit. You may not have to have a 501c3. In the private sector, you can get grants, whatever. So there's not a lot of restrictions in the private sector. The private sector could be your local electric company, your local bank, or even like me. I offer small grants, not in the big sector yet, but I offer small $500 grants to small businesses They might have to write an essay and, get voted on and things like that. So those type of grants, the requirements are always going to be way different because it's always based on what that private sector grant is. So when it comes to those grants, you just have to meet the requirement that they set out in front of you. You never know what you come into the table for. You have to meet the requirement. So with those type of grants, you don't have to have this amazing idea because they're going to be the ones who say, well, I have $10,000 for see what we got here, a computer training company. And you have to be talking about a little bit of entrepreneurship. You have to be focused on underprivileged children. You have to have a music component, and you have to have XYZ. Maybe it's something tapped into what they do. So if it has that type of grant, you just have to create programs, resources, or connect with people and bring all the puzzles pieces together to make whatever the grant requirement needs. Then there's grants who just give you in the public sector, which is in the bigger grants, government wise, they may have just a dollar amount, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. You can even find these in the private sector too. And you have to create what it is, the impact that you're going to bring to the table with that money. So you got to be able, they say, hey, I got 10,000. You got to show what that seed, if I give you 10,000, you got to show me how well you've been set up this far and how you planned out your business. But what do you plan to do with this seed? And then how do you see it growing and being fruitful to plant to give you more harvest? Because funders don't want to pay for your wages, They don't want to do all that. They want to plant seed. And funders don't want to fund your one-man shows. So if you are right now a one-man show operating by yourself, I'm going to need you guys to get connections. I'm going to need you guys to get partnerships. Because one of the biggest things about grants and funding is collaboration. And if you're somebody who purchased the cheat sheet, you have seen that. And let me say a little this before I go further. We had an activity in this challenge. There was something called #bonus activity. I talked about it in the video. That for everyone who did the activities, participated, engaged, was able to get a bonus activity. Was able to get a bonus for their efforts, because that means that they're serious about what they're doing. They really want to get these grants. They're not just here as looky-loos. They got, they register for a reason. I'm all about people who register for a reason, okay? So these particular people, because I got to give kudos to these particular people. These particular people won themselves a goal-setting grant template from me. And that is Dr. Leyland Price, Samara Donegan, Shell Massey, Latasha Cullins, Ax Kia, and Demetria Gourd. So I'm going to make sure that you guys get this promo code, because this is something that has a monetary value, but it's a goal setting template that's going to help you with this whole putting your grant piece together, but it's going to help you with that. So kudos to you for being engagement. Every day we're going to have something different. If you got the cheat sheet, then you already got the creme de la creme, because the cheat sheet is thebomb.com. A lot of you guys already got the cheat sheet, but along the way, we're going to get some additional nuggets. So today is day one. So let's look at day one real quick. So I'm screen sharing. If you can see my screen, let's look at what we're doing for day one. I'm going to scroll all the way down here real quick. It's a lot to this grant space. And then I'm going to give you something that's required that we have to get done. It's like some of you might already have some of it done. All right, so day one is defining our grant goal, right? We really need to know what we want money for. So if you say, I want to get me a new building, I want to open it, because a lot of people come to me and they come in the office and they say, I want a building, Shay, but Have you looked at the location where you want the building? Have you scouted out an area? Have you looked on Zillow and looked at buildings and see what the cost would run, probably rent, what the rent would be monthly? Have you looked at what the utilities, insurance, and all it would take to run a building? Have you looked at what staff would run? Because when you want the money that you are supposed to get, that God is supposed to bless you with, he wants the details. You can't pull up on somebody saying you need 50K and not having a clear explanation of how you plan to spend 50K. It's not going to work that way. So if your plan is to have a location, we need to know what we plan. Oh, I seen a building over on 28268 area. We seen one over there by XYZ school. It's empty. It's 20,000 square feet. It's in XYZ's district. XYZ is the councilwoman in that district. You know, there's nothing in the area like it. Over in this area, there's one over here, and there's one about 15 miles. You need to know where you want to put your stuff and the benefits of your thing being in that area, because that's what's going to go on the plan. It has to make sense to somebody blessing you with 50, 100, 200, or $2.2 million. It has to make sense. So you have to do your due diligence in doing the work to really look into the stuff. If you say you want merchandise, you know, if you want a team of people, even in your business plan, it has to have a milestone. You have to have in your business plan goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. You know, if you say my first year, I just want to have a shop. I'm going to do hair. Just get me a shop open. My second year, I want to have 5 stylists. My third year, I want to have 2 locations. Okay, that's wonderful. But then financially, what does that look like? When you have extra stylists, what does that look like? Of course, the light bill going up. We got to equate that. We need more space for those stylists, or do we got enough booths? Do we need more equipment for those booths? What does that look like for our next? So when we're asking for funding, just like they have a grant here in Charlotte called the Foundation for the Carolinas gives, but called Beyond Charlotte. They have one for $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. In those grants, you have to come with your dreams spelled out in detail, in numbers. They want the numbers, the digits, everything spelled out. So for us to be able to do that, we have to identify what the purpose is. Okay. So in day 1, we're going to think about what it is that we want to do, right? SMART goals, relevant goals. We got to look at our SMART goals chart. And for you guys who actually won the bonus activity, you have one in this chart that I'm about to send you, a SMART chart in your goals setting template. SMART goal stands for specific. You need something specific. We can't be all over the place. I need money for all this. I need money for that. They need specific goals that you need money for. Specific impact. If you're looking to change the world, what specifically today are you looking to change? Measurable. How will you measure your progress? Over time, when you're seeing and scaling growth, how can you tell? So if I'm scaling growth, maybe I'm saying over time, people are employing people. Or maybe like they have programs that say over time she got off of food stamps and now she's this and she's doing this and she's doing that. How can you achieve or see that somebody is elevating whatever you're doing? You know, and how can you tell? Are you gaining more clients? You know, what does that look like when growth is happening in your space, right? Achievable. Is the goal that you're going for realistic? And it's not to say realistic, excuse my French. Is it something that we can do within a matter of time right now? You know what I mean? Because what we have to work with right now, that's what we want. We want something that we can get done right now within a matter of time, right? And it has to be relevant. It has to align with what you're doing. You can't say I'm trying to open up a steakhouse, but your business is beauty. It doesn't make sense. So if you're in the beauty business and you're saying, where can I find funds in the beauty business? Let's go into educating. Let's go into training. Let's go into bringing unfortunate children into that space. Let's go into finding funding to help build children that could possibly go into cosmetology. We got to look at you know where it meets community, because it always boils back to impact when it comes to stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Even in your business, if you're saying, okay, well, how can I get a grant? Why would they give me a grant? You know, if you can have an entrepreneurship or a mentorship component within your business, that's enough to get funding for. So think about offering a mentorship component within your business where you're bringing some youth in to teach them what you know or connect them with other people in the industry that's connected to you, because there's money in mentorship. Okay. Time bound. When do you expect to achieve this goal? We got to know beginning to end, right? Stakeholders. Who is the people with the money? Who's the people with the money? So you got to determine who your stakeholders are. Who's going to be impacted by your projects? Whether it's the neighborhood, whether it's the area, whether it's just you, whether it's women. I don't care if you're doing hair and you say, hey, I'm helping people who got breast cancer. Hey, I'm helping people who need vacations. Hey, I'm helping the elderly. Hey, I'm helping low income communities. Whatever that is, you need to know who it is that you're impacting. And then you need, because that is the person who is the stakeholder as well as the person who is providing. So we got to look at that, both sides of that, and be able to know why they need us, but then also who helps those type of people in need. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we're going to find the money when we look at that. So that's very important. So in day one, let's just identify what we need the grant for. That's everybody's objective, is defining what we need the grant for in day one. So that's just the objective. So that's day one's objective. I need you to look in your arsenal and really think about your business and what you're doing and what you would possibly need a grant for. You know, what could you maneuver within your services, within what you're doing, you know, to even be looking for grants for, because you got to be grant specific. So let's look at one of the things that's needed really quickly to do this process if you are starting to look for grants. So this is everybody's homework. Everybody's homework, if you don't already have this done, is to register your business with Uncle Sam. Sam.gov is where everyone needs to register your business. That's everyone's homework for tonight. Now, this is the thing about Sam.gov. Sam.gov is Uncle Sam. It stands for Systems Awards Management. If we, this is the thing, when we look for money, we want to look for everybody's money. When it comes to grants, if there are 100 people in line looking for grants, when you step in line right now, you're going to be number 101. But you want to look a little bit better. You want to move yourself closer to the front of the line. What will move me closer, Shay? Certificates, things like that, certifications, all these different things. So we want to apply for women-owned business, minority-owned business, small business, 8A business. You want to apply for all these different things. If you're a veteran-owned business, all these certifications with the SBA. When in order for you to apply for any certification with the SBA, you have to have an active SAM.gov account. It's mandatory. Because Uncle Sam, when you apply for these LLCs, they never ask for any credentials whatsoever. They don't know if you white, black, blue, or green. Only person who can identify you are who you say you are is Uncle Sam. So in order for you to get the money that comes through the government, in order for you to apply for any kind of funding on grants.gov, in order for you to get any of the larger money, this doesn't have anything to do with small private sector grants, but any of the larger money that you don't have to pay back, you have to register your business with sam.gov. For you to get any certifications, you have to register your business. Why get certified? Because if you stepped in line again and now you're 101 or 1001, with that certification, we have now moved probably to the first 250. Because those certifications are significant. When I apply with one of these grants for some of my clients, the first 10 questions, they ask me, do you have a certification? Are you woman-owned, minority-owned, blah, blah, blah. They ask me because they're relevant, because the businesses get kickbacks for people who have those certificates, those certifications. So if you can get those, then why not bring them to the table if they're going to help you get closer to the money? All of them are free except your minority certification, unfortunately. So we can go through this process. So if we get through the SAM.gov, then we're going to lean into actually going into the certifications, because on my website, on Business 911's website, there's /certifications. There's a checklist of everything that you need to bring to the table to apply for the certifications. Now, let me explain a little bit about this SAM.gov when you go, because this could be a little bit cumbersome. So when you register for SAM.gov, there are 3 different numbers that they're going to offer you. It's called a unique identifier number. The first one is just to get it, just for the hell of it, right? That's fine if you just want it for the hell of it, but we don't. We want it to get money. The second one will give you grants, just basic grants and loans. Okay, you just want grants and loans? You apply for the second one, because it's going to ask you some questions. It used to give you just a choice to pick from 1 to the 3. Now it's going to ask you some questions that'll lead you one way or another. And if you can always back up if you find that it's not the one you want. So one's going to lead you to grants and loans. Then they're going to ask you, do you want to do business with the government? If you want to do business with the government, that's the third one. One is going to take you 2 seconds. One is going to take you 10 minutes. One's going to take you 45 minutes. The one that says doing business with the government, you have to make sure you have your paperwork ready, your checking and routing number ready, all of the bells and whistles, because that's the long one. Why do you want that, Shay? That is the one that, say, for instance, you really want to partner with the government. Maybe you have a cleaning business. Maybe you're in real estate. Maybe, you really want the bigger money, depending on what your industry is. Computer training, all of that, I need you to partner with the government. Teaching, education, I need you to partner with the government. Doing stuff with the youth, the kids, I need you to partner with the government. Those allows you to bid on contracts, but they have so many different things. And if you want to be in that space, you have to do the third one. And it's a little cumbersome. You cannot know what to do with it because it's a lot. So if you want to start off with the second one and then just double back later, then that's fine too. It'll have a point in there. It'll ask you about a cage number. Just say no. They'll actually do the cage number process for you, and then double back. So go through that process to get the SAM registration. It'll take maybe about a possible week, because what they'll do is they'll have you submit stuff. If your business is there, you can claim it. If not, they'll have you upload some information where your addresses and stuff needs to match, and then you can go through the process. SAM.gov is something that you'll need to do every single year. So even if you have a SAM.gov, if you didn't renew it, you'll need to renew it. It is something that you have to do every single year. But it is absolutely free. We offer the service. If you just find that this is like too much, you say, you know what, Shay, this ain't my thing, then you contact me, because we offer it at a fee. But other than that, you go on there, you log on, get it done. You want it done, because this right here is what's going to help you get. It used to be connected to your DUNS number, but it's going to help you if you want to go to grants.gov. If you ever do a nonprofit and you're applying for stuff, you got to have an active SAM.gov number. You just can't get away from it if you're applying for larger grants. But again, if we're looking at small grants like on this website here, like Hello Alice and stuff like that, you don't have to have stuff like that for Hello Alice. These type of websites like Hello Alice and things like that, they are independent. So you can sign up for Hello Alice. They'll send you emails, based on things. Now, the only thing about these type of sites like these, they are, you'll find some that'll ask you for $50 to pay. So I'm a little iffy about stuff like that. But though Hello Alice is a good site. So it just depends, you know what I mean? But you will find all kinds of things on you can play with it, subscribe, let them just send you emails, all that kind of stuff. I always recommend, depending on where you live, Google, see where you're located, things like that. And we're going to have a day where we're looking at grants. We're looking for grants. I'm going to look for you. I'm going to pull them up, everything. But what I just really want you to start today is with your vision. And I want you to start with registering for SAM.gov. And if you want to jump the gun, purchase the cheat sheet, because the cheat sheet has everything in it. Like everything. It's 11 pages of those nuggets. Okay. So any questions? Yep, I'm listening.
Oh, good evening, ladies. I guess I'm only born in here. Wait a minute. Ask Shay. Quick question. Like, how much is it for the cheat sheet?
It's $10.
Okay.
It's
Second
in the
question.
group and it's an instant download. So as soon as you pay the $10 in it to it, it downloads right then and there.
And then question number 2, and then I'll be done, I think. So I have my sam.gov account and everything. So what is the process of me taking a small business certification course?
So you already got your sam.gov and it's active.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go to Business 911 certifications.
Okay.
All right, so we got economically disadvantaged, LGBTQ has a certification, veteran owned, hub zoned, minority, SBE, you got the small business enterprise. So that is one of them. And then you have 8A. So let me see. I would say the SBE will probably, let me see. So you see, now when we look at, you see it says basic requirements. You see register with SAM. That's everything on SBA is going to make you register with SAM. So I would say to first go ahead and apply for the small business enterprise. Now, before you go here, you want to make sure that you got all your NAICS codes and stuff straight, because you see it here, it tells you already got your unique identifier number. Right. It tells you about making sure you got your NAICS codes, because before you do any applying for anything, everybody needs to make sure that they have their NAICS codes. And NAICS codes are your industry codes. You need to always, every business, every piece of coin is connected to a code. So when you go to here to NAICS, let me show you real quick. So if you go to NAICS, and it's pronounced NAICS, they have a definition on the website that says it rhymes with snakes. So when you go to NAICS.com and you actually click NAICS code search, and say we put in, for instance, we put in computer training. That's what you do. So computer training is 611-420. But when I got it, when I clicked the SIC code, which is the standard industry code, that's what I want. Either 611-420, or you can do the 8243. But you can just leave it at the 611-420. So your code in the industry, when it came to the government stuff, would be 611-420. So when you go to and SAM, that's what you should have in there if you do bidding. If you haven't went that far, then you might not have that one in there yet.
Not like that.
Anybody else want their code while they're online?
I will. I can, and I will. And I will. All right.
Everybody good with their codes? And that'll be a little bit of homework that you need to be doing too. Finding your codes. Go to NAICS.com and get your codes. Because you not only want the NAICS code, which is, this is your NAICS code. This code here. So say for instance, I'm gonna show you something. Say for instance, I did cleaning.
You not learned your lesson.
And you see how there's so many different codes here? This is what you want the code here. But then you also want to go view SIC, because the SIC code is also what they're going to identify for when they, like if you go in now and you apply for a DUNS number, that's what they'll ask you when you apply for your DUNS number, is your SIC code. So it's either going to be this, they really only want the last 4.
Nice. Go out, I'm going to find you a nice guy.
or it would be the 7217. So we really want the 7217. But you write this down just in case, but they really only want the 7217. They just want the 4.
I like my clothes, Shay.
Which number?
If you can hear me.
I can hear you a little bit.
I would like my code.
Okay, what's the industry?
Home health aid.
Oh,
Well,
home health company. Let me see if it says if I can do company.
I'm in class.
Okay, so right here, home health care services, 621610. A home health care agency at 621610.
2 1.
You already know.
621610, and your
Here you go.
SIC is 8082.
8082. I didn't catch the first one.
621610.
I don't know, babe.
It's right here. If you can see my screen.
0.
I don't know, but
Wait a minute. I can't see anything on here really. Let me go back. Services.
Yep, home health care
Can't really see
services,
anything.
621610, and the SIC is 8082.
80. Got it. Thank you.
What she say?
You're welcome.
621. Let me go back to review.
You got your stuff, Lynette?
Yes.
Okay. Nicole, you got yours? Alicia, you got yours? Ashanti, you got yours?
Yes, I have my.
Okay. Tasha, you good?
Police on you.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. All right, you guys. So sam.gov, make sure you got your NAICS codes. And we're going to start with exactly what. And if you are in the, so this is the thing. I also, for those of you who actually paid close attention, there is a fully funded group, fully funded VIP group. It's only about 9 of y'all out of 60 that's in this group, but I have put a business plan template in there. That's where that business plan template has a financial thing on there. I mean, it's like, let me show you something real quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. But this is what y'all missing when y'all don't go look at this thing. Hold on. Let me get this out the way. I can't even start. Hold on.
Well, you should take it.
Hold
She
on.
about to do her thing.
I'm telling you. And if anybody needs the certifications, y'all can always look at this. The checklist is here for what you need to bring. Go to Business Now on /certifications. Y'all can always go there and get those things.
You did get him away. They don't come around here like that before.
I think this is what I was supposed to do. But okay. Oh wait, not
Get my number, right? So I got your number. Okay, good. I got your number. Okay, thank you. You see them? Because you called me. Oh, I'm gonna call you.
So this particular score template, you guys, if y'all can see my screen, I stuck it in a fully funded group. So the fully funded group, I also put it back inside the grant challenge group, but I'll put it in there again in case you guys didn't join it. This template is fire. Even if you already have a business plan, I'm gonna tell you what you need from this template. Even for those who got a business plan already, I'm gonna tell you why you need this. Because if you scroll down into this template, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later. I probably shouldn't even be talking about this now because it's like day 5, but I want you to
That baby dealing with all that stuff, and he's gonna work for me his damn much.
I want you to
Okay. He going through a lot.
Yeah.
No, you throwing money at me.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we really are. He's not anything about it.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay,
I'll be in this one.
sorry. Oh, wait.
I'm gonna have to put the links. I'll put the links in the group because I don't even. Oh yeah, here you go. So you got an annual marketing budgeting template that's here from SCORE. So if you're trying to do your marketing budget, you have a download here for that. There's quite a few that was in this. I don't know why it's not. Your sales forecast. This is what they be wanting when you apply for grants. They want to see a sales forecast. This is major. And this is a free template. It's absolutely free. And it's inside the business plan template. It's quite a few links that is inside that business plan template. So you make sure I'm gonna put the link for the fully funded group, the VIP group, because it's going to be a group that you can stay in forever. And I'm just going to keep on dropping nuggets and downloads in that group. But the template, it's free. This is in that group. So I'll put it back in the chat for you again. And I'll make sure that I get Leyland, Samara, Askia, Demetria. I get everybody their free goal setting template as well. So nobody has any other questions? I'm not gonna hold you guys up. I'm gonna let you go for the night.
So when do you
I'll
want
put this replay in the chat and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be looking to see if anybody got the SAM.gov. I'm gonna post and I'm gonna ask the question, did you get your SAM.gov? Or since late, like Dr. Price, he got his SAM.gov. So we'll be seeing at least if you got your if you put your at least started your goal setting template and at least decided what you need the money for, so we can start creating that breakdown, because that's important. You know what I'm saying? It's not go look for a goal, you know, I need a grant. You have to have a plan. So that's what this is for. You know what I'm saying? So we want to have an idea of what we need this money for. Okay. And if you want to do a bonus challenge, I like everybody to actually Google and find at least one link to a grant that's in their area. Just Google and find a grant that's in your area, because maybe we can help you, you know, get it completed. Just one. All right, guys. Good to go? Okay. You guys are quiet. I need thumbs up.
We appreciate you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Was
Miss
Thank
you and
you.
I talking from Milwaukee. I love you, girl.
I love you, girl. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Man, listen. That's what
Milwaukee
I'm talking about.
represent, girl.
Thank
I
you.
love it. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great Friday.
Thank
Good night,
you.
ladies. Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.